So, good morning, everyone. Welcome. And I find myself sitting here somewhat quiet. So the background of our discussion meditation today is these 10 reflections or 10 foundational aspects of a human life that is useful to think about and reflect on. And today the topic is purpose. And in relationship to purpose, I would like to talk about confidence. That whatever our purpose is, to do it wholeheartedly. To see that whatever we have to do in the moment, that what's important, one of the aspects of purpose is not the purpose of the activity, but the purpose of doing something wholeheartedly. Our life is too precious to do things half-heartedly. And even if it's a mundane task, even if it's and not such an important thing that we're doing, seemingly, that the fact that we're doing it is important. And so to the doing, the fact that we have the ability, the capacity to engage in something, if we're cleaning the kitchen, that to not do it half-heartedly, but there's something very profound about giving ourselves fully to the task at hand, as if it's the most important thing. Even if it's not so important in and of itself, our ability to be alive at any given moment and give ourselves to our activity, that is important. And so that is the task of the meditation, is to give yourself to the meditation wholeheartedly. And what would that look like for you? To just this task, to do it. This is for these 30 minutes, the purpose is, this is the purpose. Not to strain. To strain is to do things in a certain kind of way half-heartedly, because we're leaving out so much of who we are. But to do it in a relaxed way, open way, inclusive way of all of who we are, bringing as much as who we are here into the experience. There's purpose to that. There's a way of finding fulfillment, not in the task we're doing, but in how we do it. The freedom we find to give ourselves to it in a full, wholehearted way. So to assume meditation posture, and part of the value of meditation posture is to do a posture that feels to you that you can now give yourself to the task of meditation, that you really can be present for it in a nice way. And so a posture of attention, a posture of presence, being present. Gently closing your eyes. And part of the purpose for closing the eyes is so that we're less likely to be distracted. And we can give ourselves over to this simplicity of just sitting. In Zen, they use the expression for meditation, just sitting. What are you doing? I'm just sitting. Not thinking about other things, not thinking about what I'm going to attain and what I'm going to accomplish in meditation, not thinking about what happened yesterday, not judging myself, just sitting here. And in that expression, just sitting in Zen, is the idea of a a wholeness, a wholeheartedness, a fullness of being here for this experience. That there's purpose to that, there's value to that. So, to have confidence in just sitting, just being here with our experience. And taking some deep, slow breaths, relaxing as you exhale. As you settle in, relax into your body, let your breathing return to normal. And with a normal breathing, continue relaxing your body in ways that are easy. There is a way in which relaxing the tensions of the body allows us to be more whole or in our engagement in meditation. More of us can be included. Here, just sitting, just breathing. There's a deep satisfaction in the body, in the heart, in the mind, to be fully involved in the task at hand. There's purpose to just sitting, being present here and now. And through these next minutes, to give yourself over to this purpose of being here, gently, quietly, without strain, willing to let go of whatever takes you away from being here fully in this moment's experience, until you appreciate that it isn't the experience that's important, but rather the wholeheartedness and freedom that comes with choosing to be aware with this now. When there is confidence or faith, inspiration in the purpose of meditation, perhaps you can give yourself over more fully to the task at hand. There's value in a wholehearted, relaxed attention to here and now. as we come to the end of this sitting, to appreciate that we have the capacity to bring kindness, friendliness to the people we encounter in our daily life. We have the capacity to bring respect and attention and well-wishing. And then this is profoundly valuable for the people we encounter and for ourselves in our relationship to others. That there's a purpose to living with kindness and respect. There's value and meaning to live in a way that supports others in their lives and thereby supports ourselves. And so we end this meditation preparing ourselves to go out into the world or encounter with other people, to do so on the foundation of meditation, to do so with kindness and care, respect and well-wishing. And so we say at the end of the sitting, as a way of expressing our intention, our purpose, our aspiration, may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be peaceful. And may all beings be free. And may we, in whatever way that we can, see the purpose, find purpose in these aspirations, so we contribute to making it possible. May all beings be happy. Thank you. So welcome to this second talk on the 10 profound reflections that we can engage in to live a Dharma life, a spiritual life, a whole life. And these 10 reflections are not just good for Dharma practice, they're actually very important reflections for any human life, because they point to the totality of profound concerns, profound ways in which we are animated, we are motivated to live a full life. And so yesterday I talked about meaning. So today, following up and closely connected to meaning is purpose. Tomorrow will be agency, followed by autonomy, and then identity and dignity, community and kinship, and then healing and reconciliation. So each of these is worth giving time to. And so we're kind of in some ways going through these quickly, and over these 10 days we're meeting. But I'm hoping it gives you a valuable orientation for how to think about your life and consider it. So today is meaning, purpose. Today is purpose. And as I said, it's closely connected to meaning. That meaning sometimes provides a sense of purpose for how we're living our life, or in some large way, but also the purpose for the particular activity we're engaged in at any given time. And so even if we're, stopped at a gas station to put gasoline in our car, that we can say, what's the purpose for doing that? Well, it's to put gas in my car. And then we check it off. We've checked out and recognized the purpose. But you can ask the question more deeply. Yes, but what's the purpose of having gasoline in my car? Oh, so my car can take me places. But what's the purpose for that? That's the purpose. The purpose for that is so I can do the things that are important in my life. Visit the people who are sick, or go to work and be able to support my family. And what's the purpose for that? And so the question, what's the purpose? There's layers and layers, and keep asking, what's the purpose? What's the purpose? Until we find that maybe what we're doing doesn't really have a really valuable purpose. Sometimes the purpose is just to become wealthy, or just have promotions at work might seem very important and drive a person's behavior day and night sometimes. But we really get down into the roots of our being, our life. So what doesn't really support us? It does not really so great to have that be the primary purpose of our life. And we go to the gas station to get gasoline, and what's the purpose there? Maybe the purpose is to go pay cash with a cashier, if we still do that. And to have a human interaction with someone, and take the time to look at them, and say hello, and see what's possible. Part of the purpose, so we can add purposes to what we do, that and animate it with something of a really great value. But to reflect on what's the purpose of my life, what's the purpose of my work, what's the purpose of my activity. Am I imbuing it with a purpose that's valuable? And this relates to the Buddhist idea that whatever we're doing should be considered whether it's wholesome or unwholesome. Is it beneficial or not beneficial? Is it skillful or not skillful? Is it healthy or unhealthy? That and this idea of that it's wholesome means that not only is it wholesome and valuable in and of itself, but it also brings good consequence. And so in Buddhism, the sense of purpose is to do the things that are consequentially beneficial. So do they benefit my own spiritual growth? So how I stop to get gasoline, how does this benefit my spiritual growth? Well, maybe it doesn't really benefit it to multitask and to be on the phone and to pump gas at the same time. What's beneficial is to really have the stability and the calm and the centeredness to really just be there for the activity of getting the gas. And so it's a training ground for presence, for attention, and over the long term, we're really developing our capacity to be here and present, so that we're not divided, we're not distracted, that something deep can well up inside. We can develop the practice in some important way. Or is it beneficial for other people, what we're doing? how we pay a cashier. Does that have any benefit for them? Is the way we do it? I've had some wonderful conversations with cashiers in the supermarket. Especially sometimes I like to go early in the morning when there's not a lot of people there. And then there's a wonderful chance to have some connection. And I don't know if some of the cashiers remember me, but I remember them, and they're kind of have a warm place in my heart, just because they're there early in the morning, and it just had this wonderful, nice connection. And so the idea in Buddhism is to, in one sense of purpose, is there's a path of practice, there's a path of spiritual growth that we can be engaged in, and that's extremely valuable. It's very meaningful to be in a path to liberation, to freedom. Liberation from all forces that are harmful, all forces that diminish us or contract us or move us away from a path of liberation, of freedom, of openness, of joy, of generosity. And so these are all considered wholesome things. And to have a sense of purpose that we think is valuable, that is motivating. That gives us a reason to wake up in the morning. It gives us a reason to go to work, for example, that's not just to get a paycheck, but to do something more profound for ourselves and for others. That whatever we're doing, we're seeing it as part and parcel of this profoundly meaningful thing to do, which is to live a Dharma life, a life that's on the path of practice. The Buddha made a remarkable statement that inspired me very much when I heard it first time, and still does. He said, do what is, this is my paraphrase, do what is wholesome. If it is not possible to do what is wholesome, I would not teach you to do what is wholesome. But it is possible to do what is wholesome. So, that it is possible. We can do this path. We can cultivate ourselves. We can develop ourselves. We can do what is healthy and skillful and purposeful. And so to have a sense of purpose that has meaning, that has value, that really feels important for us. And so that when we go about our life, we're connected to this deep sense of purpose. The sense of purpose also is a wonderful reflection to have when you're thinking about anything you're going to do, make any decision, and to ask the question, why do I want to do this? What is the purpose of this activity? Is the purpose really serve what is most valuable for me or for the world around me? What is the purpose of this? And many times we do simple things maybe, or things which are meant to kind of distract us, or meant to relieve us of some of our stresses and challenges and difficulties. And that might be very purposeful and meaningful to do. But sometimes it actually takes us away from ourselves and actually doesn't help us do the really important work that needs to happen in order to heal us. It needs to develop. It needs to help us move into this world in a full and dedicated way. And so to ask ourselves, keep checking in with ourselves, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this? To add to that, is there a purpose I can add to this? Yes, I have to do this, and it's a drag, but can I now imbue it with a higher purpose? Because purpose is, don't settle for the obvious purpose, getting gas. I'm just getting gas. Can I imbue getting gas with a higher purpose? What is or a deeper purpose, or whatever metaphor you like for this? And what is the purpose for what I'm doing? Why am I doing it? And to find a profound or important or a valuable sense of purpose for our life is invaluable. And it can be found any time at all, even if we're on our deathbed. That even there, what's the purpose here and now? Is the purpose now, as I'm dying, to linger in my resentments about what happened 20, 30 years ago? Is the purpose now to worry about, the future that I have no control over anymore because, I only have maybe a minutes or an hour left? There is purpose to letting go fully. There's now a purpose to a possibility to let go in a deep, full way, to be really present here and now without the extra of the tension of past and future worries, regrets, anticipations, dreams about the future. Just here, so fully that even the sense of dying disappears because it's just breathing, just here now. This is invaluable. There's purpose to this kind of freedom of being here for this. So the sense of purpose. And I've offered you some words of my own on this topic. I don't present these ideas, as I said yesterday, as being the definitive discussion about these 10 qualities we're talking about. I'm just trying to offer you some of my reflections on it and what's valuable for me, with the idea that hopefully to be a catalyst for you to think about this for yourself. And maybe you'll come up with very different understanding for each of these 10 reflections than what I've presented. But if my reflections have prompted that reflection, great, I'm happy for that. And because these are a really important part of the life, and there can't be any kind of someone else's answers to what these mean for any of you. So to spend some time now for the next 24 hours reflecting on purpose. What are the purposes that you live by? Is there some sense of purpose that's really foundational or fundamental, deeper than anything else? Some sense of purpose that can animate any more obvious purposes, any reasons why you do things. You can imbue it with a really deep life purpose or deep spiritual purpose for yourself and for others. So to reflect on purpose, why you do things, and see what you learn, and keep asking the question. Well, if I have this purpose. Now, what's the purpose for that purpose? Why is that so important? And just kind of keep asking that, and see how deep you can go, or how you can go through the different levels and layers of your heart, of your mind, to understand yourself better and better. And if you have friends you can talk to, or paper you can journal about this topic, great. Take it as far as you have time and interest to do. So thank you very much. And then tomorrow we'll do this very important topic of agency that's related to meaning and purpose. Thank you.